Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of Infra Code and Terraform session. In today's session, we will try to install Terraform and we will configure AWS CLI so that we can create some basic AWS infrastructure. So we can go to the respective tutorial for AWS and so we have covered the what is infrastructure as code with Terraform, and we'll now jump on to installing Terraform part. So, so basically, like how the HashiCorp Terraform documentation structured was, the user doesn't have to have any laptop setup for trying things out. So basically, we can use our GitHub ID to sign up for HashiCorp documentation, or like we can create a HashiCorp login, and we can instantly initiate a terminal for trying things out. But for the sake of proper explanation, I am going to install things in Ubuntu platform, and we will see like how to do things. So in this documentation page, you can see install Terraform section. So there are various installation steps given for Mac OS and Windows and Linux, and even there is a explanation for installation, manual installation as well. So I have a Ubuntu system, and I'll show you like how to install things in Ubuntu. So go to Linux tab and choose Ubuntu tab, and there are set of commands readily available to copy. So we can just try to copy the command. It is updating the required packages that is needed to install Terraform. So we have now set up the required Terraform package repository, and we have added it into the Ubuntu package manager. Now we will be doing apt update command so that it will pick up the latest Terraform package. And finally, we are installing Terraform. The current version of Terraform is 1.3.9. So we can also test the Terraform installation by running Terraform version command. So it will show the version of Terraform that was installed as part of our installation. That's about installation of Terraform. So let's move on to next step for creating infrastructure in AWS. For that, we need to install AWS CLI command. So we will see like what is a prerequisite for creating infrastructure in AWS. So the prerequisite is listed in the build infrastructure section. First requirement is installation of Terraform CLI that we did already in the previous step, and next is install AWS CLI. So for that we can follow this AWS official documentation for installing AWS CLI command. So for me, I have already installed it in my system, and then we need a AWS account, and we also need a AWS access key and secret key for configuring the AWS authentication for creating and managing infrastructure. So in simple words, AWS access key and secret key is the authentication mechanism for anyone to interact with AWS resources programmatically. So that is the idea. So without an proper authentication mechanism, we cannot do the required operations of creating and deleting or managing the resources in any sort of cloud. So AWS has mechanism of secret key, access key, and STS token and all. But a very popular method of AWS authentication is usage of secret key and access key. So as part of my setup, I have already done that as well. So yeah, that's the basic of it.
In my next video, we will deploy EC2 instance using Terraform.